Maybe your boss just AIs everything. AI this, AI that, AI powered, AI enabled, AI first. AI was supposed to give us more free time. Instead, now we have more meetings, more dashboards, more notifications, and somehow less time. Meanwhile, your boss keeps telling everyone, don't worry, AI won't replace you. 5 minutes later, can you train the AI to do your job? So if you recently caught yourself thinking, maybe I should start my own business.
Job security is becoming scarier and scarier. What am I going to do if I don't have this job? What happens if getting a job becomes more competitive or becomes more difficult?
The tools have never been this good. What used to require a full team, you can do some of those less people, less time with the right AI tools.
Becoming their own boss, owning their time, financial freedom, time freedom, geographic freedom. Whether you stay as an employee or become an entrepreneur, both are gambles.
Is it time to leave corporate and build your own business? In today's episode, we're breaking down 5 reasons why building your own business has become more attractive than ever in the age of AI. Mooch, welcome back.
Hi, Push. Hi, Lumpia Bytes. Welcome back to the podcast.
Last episode, we just talked about building your business acumen, right? And building your business acumen can lead to not just career progression, but also putting up your own business, putting up your own ventures. So Mooch, let's break it down. What's the top one? Top one, why a lot of people are considering putting up their own business right now in the AI era?
I think the number one reason is that job security is becoming scarier and scarier, meaning it's no longer a guaranteed way to make a living within our lives. So job security is shaky. So you're thinking like, what am I gonna do if I don't have this job? Or am I gonna find another job? But what happens if getting a job becomes more competitive or becomes more difficult? Then you have to have a backup plan. And a business is actually a great, not just a backup plan, but actually the base way that you could make a living.
This is it's not easy, especially for someone who now have families, right? Children to feed, taking care of other people, and it's have mortgages. These times are not easier if there's no certainty, especially on your tech career, right? And you mentioned about job uncertainty. I think that's why this could be a perfect time for people to put up their own business. And I just wanted to add here, Mooch. Let's look at the data here. So according to Tech Times, 142,000 jobs have been cut in the US tech sector in just the first 5 months of 2026. And we are on pace for 370K by end of year. 370,000 jobs cut by end of the year. And this is just in the US tech sector, and this is just for this year. So let's put it in context. The worst year on record was 2023. During the pandemic, right? All tech companies they overhired. Everyone's going digital. We all learn stock market, trading in our apps, right? We all learned about Peloton. We all learned about cryptocurrency, right? Everyone is going digital. Tech companies during the pandemics all the way up. But after the pandemic, lesser demand, corrections happening, and there's the profit, right? Decreases. Some of them are really struggling to profit. That's why they have to cut people. And during the post-pandemic era, they cut 430,000 jobs. So for this year, we are on pace for 370K. People are thinking we might beat that record or we might get close to that record. But the difference is there was a pandemic before. But now, so what could it be? Right? People are still debating that it's not AI or AI. But, I think the difference now is there's record profit for the big tech companies, and we're still experiencing this kind of job cuts that could be the second placer or the first placer, we don't know by end of year, right?
It's insane, it's crazy, and it is really shaking up the job market. And I guess that's where a lot of people's anxieties are coming from. Because companies, of course, over time want to achieve efficiencies in scale, but sometimes companies do that at the cost of human capital. apart from just the job market not being, job security super hard, our parents probably had jobs that had lasted 20, 30 years. And for our generation, people are staying in companies maybe 5, 10 years max. What could be other reasons that people should create businesses in this economy?
Number two is the tools have never been this good. AI, this is like the AI era, right? There's less friction to put up your own business right now, right? So what used to require a full team, like marketing, content, customer service, think about operations, right? You can do some of those, right, with less, not just less people, but less time with the right AI tools. So I think number two is the AI tools. The availability of all these tools have never been this good.
That's so true. So setting up a side hustle, like a service-based side hustle, has never been easier to create and deliver with all of these tools and the global access of the job marketplace, or the what do you call that? The side hustle marketplace and the gig economy, right? So you can literally set up whether it's a service-based business or a product-based business. It's easier now. E-commerce, ChatGPT, whether you want to be a super virtual assistant or whether you want to set up a laundry shop. Now you could do a lot of it through Claude Cowork.
Yeah, 100%. And if you look at the data again, Mooch, right, the US Census Bureau, so in just the first 4 months of 2026, over 2 million business applications were filed in the US. So 2 million applications in just the first 4 months of 2026, right? So put it in context, compare it to last year. So the exact same period last year, it's up by 17%. So that's a
People are
lot of
really looking to
businesses.
People are looking for backup plans. People are looking for corporate cushions.
Yeah. And it's exciting to see what's gonna be the number in the next few months and years because the number is just really growing. The number of filings for small businesses, solopreneurs, new ventures. Another data to look at is the Gusto's 2026 New Business Formation Report. According to that report, 60% of founders who started a business in 2025 use AI to launch it. And this was last year. And that's up from just 21% in 2023. So imagine way back 2023, there's still AI already in that early stage, right? 21% is using AI to found their business. And then 2025, 60% of founders using AI to launch their business. Can you imagine what's going to be in 2026? Maybe it's 100%, or maybe 90%, and then by 2027, 100% everyone is using AI to start their business. So it keeps going up as well. And if you have friends who's Gen Z founders, here you go. 71% of Gen Z founders used AI to launch a business compared to 42% of baby boomers. I'll be surprised actually. 42% of baby boomers use AI to launch their business, but big chunk of it, 71% Gen Zs, they use AI to launch the business. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I didn't know that. Thanks for that data. But wow, like Gen Zs are really launching their own businesses.
They are, yeah. This is according to Gusto, which is one of the largest small business platforms in the US. They've been monitoring these small business activities and really good data.
And that's what I love about the Gen Z generation. They're just so brave and bold starting these new businesses as AI natives. And yeah, they're probably going to get a lot of tractions being the first ones to do it, or they'll be able to build the skills and use these AI tools even much faster and better. So it's actually a good setting up a business with AI is actually a great exercise in practicing a skill or building a skill and growing a skill.
One thing to look at, though, I know there's a lot of resistance going on with AI, right? Especially for younger generations. But if you look at the data, 71% of Gen Z's founders using AI to launch their business. So, I'm confused in that one. So, Mooch, what other reasons? What's our top three? Top three reasons on why they should look at putting up their own business right now?
Third reason that I'm seeing people say most often is that they're not getting the fulfillment that they want in the job that they have. So these are people who have a day job, probably like that day job, or even love it to an extent, but they're not getting as fulfilled and want to scratch that entrepreneurial itch in building their own, becoming their own boss, owning their time, having both financial freedom, time freedom, and geographic freedom. Meaning now it's easier to work anywhere in the world more than ever. So being able to own your time, what you do, who you do it for, who you serve, and being fulfilled in that purpose is actually one of the top reasons why people should and are setting up their own lifestyle businesses.
This is something that I guess money can buy, right? The fulfillment of doing something. I know a lot of people are afraid of putting up their own ventures, no matter how small it is, right? But if you're afraid to start your business because of risk of failures, I always say, put up something that you're passionate about, something that holds meaning to you, right? And not just putting up a business merely for money. I know some people just do it for money, but if you're doing it for both, for things that you love and money, if you fail on a business from passion, yes, you lost money, but you don't feel the lost time, right? Those are meaningful time for you to nurture your passion, stories to be told to your children, because there's something that really holds meaning to you and you're able to apply it, make it a business, right? And you fail and you felt like you didn't lose time. You lost money, right? If you go to the other route where you're just putting up everything for money, imagine if you lost everything, you lost money and you lost time. So that's how I always think about it. So for people who wanted to put up the business and who's afraid because they might lose money, maybe it's time for you to put up a business that really holds meaning to you so that at least you're not that, if you lose money, you don't lose time.
Actually, really well put. I think about it like a triangle. In project management, we had a triangle, right? In setting up a business, you could also think about it as a triangle. You serve the customer, you serve your employees, and hopefully you serve a profit for yourself. So if you do all of these three grounded in a center of purpose for that business, then it's really a win-win situation for as long as you focus your eyes on serving your customers, serving your employees. If you have investors or shareholders, you have to serve them as well, and serving, of course, your own self-purpose, right? What do you think is another reason, a fourth reason probably, Fush, for why would people even want to set up a business and become their own boss in this new era that we live in?
You mentioned about the freedom of time, your rules, right? And there's also this report, the Guidant Financials 2026 Small Business Trends Report. Sorry, I have a lot of reports here because I've been always like looking at what the small business reports right here in the US. But when they asked business owners on why they started, 57% said that they were ready to be their own boss. So it's all about freedom of time. That's why they started their own business. It's more than half. And nearly half says they were dissatisfied with the corporate America. That's why they wanted to go to build up their own business. But really, more than half, most of the business owners put up their own business because they want freedom of time.
It's more fun when you own your time or when you're the one controlling your time. It gives you back that control of where you want to spend your time.
The flexibility, right? I think a lot of business owners, they could go beyond 8 hours, but there's flexibility on it. There's no like boss who will tell you, "Oh, I need that by this by this time." So and also you have to be in the office by this time every day, right? I think the flexibility is kind of rewarding if you have your own business. So, Mooch, what's the last one? What's number five?
Last but not least reason why people should set up their own businesses in this AI age is the upside is unlimited. In a corporate job, if you're an employee, you probably have your regular salary, your regular bonuses, and even like some companies give generous bonuses and incentives. But when you have your own business, and you're a hardworking person and you have a clear vision and a purpose to it, then the upside is unlimited, meaning you spend this time, but you can gain, your gain can be exponential. And then with AI as a foundation for that business, instead of, for example, heavy machinery or building factories, if you build with AI, the cost is near zero. The cost is something that you could easily write off in your operational expenses. So that the upside in AI-based service businesses is really unlimited.
You could win really big if you scale your business, right? It's not like corporate where yes, your salary will increase as you get promoted, as you go through the promotions, right? As you move, change roles, move companies, your salary increases, but there's still a little bit of there's a fix or kind of range in their ceiling, right? But if you put up a business and you're able to scale it, for some, right, you just don't know where the ceiling is. It could go, 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 right? You can also fail, go down, but that element of uncertainty in the business for some business founders, they love that. The element of uncertainty, you have to embrace that one. You can really go all the way up in putting up a business.
Exactly. And well, honestly, everything is a gamble at this point. Everything is a gamble. Staying in a stable job that doesn't build skills that are relevant for the AI, you can easily get laid off. That's also a gamble. So whether you stay as an employee or become an entrepreneur, honestly, both are gambles.
So there you have it, our top 5 reasons why building your own business is becoming more attractive in the age of AI. But before you start drafting that resignation letter, remember, building a business is not the only path. For many people, the biggest opportunities in the AI era may still be in their current company. That's why in our next episode, we're flipping the script. We'll share our top 5 reasons why you should stay in your corporate career in the age of AI. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe and share it with a friend who's thinking about their next move.